Alright everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we have the preview in form of shared balance adjustments policies for the updates 2.02 and 2.03, so the June and July updates. The actual patch notes for 2.02 are set to be released tomorrow morning, I think, at least here from Europe side. And we already have released the adjustment policies, meaning at the direction that these updates will go. Let's take a look together here. Following the previous update, version 2.01, we will continue addressing moves with excessively high return relative to risk and high performance moves that can repeatedly create advantageous situations leading to a one-sided gameplay. Balance adjustments will prioritize moves with particularly high impact based on player feedback and match data. In consideration of several major esports tournaments scheduled in August, large-scale balance adjustments are expected to conclude with version 2.03, meaning the following month in July, version 2.04 will release, and that will basically freeze most of the balance issues that we have. So, as they say here, following up, however, we will continue monitoring the competitive environment after version 2.03 and consider further adjustments as needed. This does not mean that they're going to stop patching things after July. They just want to fix everything and balance everything until July, and then starting with August, they're going to do more micro adjustments as to, again, not impact the esports tournaments coming up in August. So what's actually happening here for June? So patch notes are scheduled to be released around 10:30 a.m. JST on Tuesday, June 3rd. That's when the full patch notes for 2.02 will come out. What will this contain? Well, the upcoming update version 2.02, scheduled for release on Tuesday, June 3rd, will include further adjustments aimed at optimizing the overall balance between offense and defense. In addition to the shared policy above, we will revise certain aspects of the heat system to prevent it from having an excessive impact on match flow, so heat changes coming. Adjustments to the heat timer consumption for certain moves. Some moves that consume remaining heat time have had a disproportionate impact on the balance of offense and defense. To address this, we will adjust the amount of heat timer consumed by these moves. So most likely a lot of characters will see the heat uses being changed. In particular, high guard crush potential moves have made it difficult for the defending side to respond and often led to one-sided situations. As such, we will increase the heat timer consumption to better balance risk and reward, meaning less use of these moves during the heat phase. This change aims to make move selection more tactical and appropriate to the situation by correcting the risk-reward balance for heat timer consuming moves. Alright, this has potential to be big. It really depends, once again, on the details, if we actually have a very big impact on the matches or not, but at least the idea alone sounds good. Here's another great thing that I like to see. They also say here, tracking adjustments for heat smash. For some characters, if the first hit of a heat smash whiffs, the follow-up attacks would still track the opponent excessively. Say, for example, Law, right? If the first move from his heat smash is actually not hitting, that nunchuck can still very much hit you. And as a Law player myself, I abused it quite a lot still. Maybe this will change, and I kind of think it would be fair to change this alone, like one example. There's many of these, of course. In version 2.02, we will adjust the tracking so that if the first hit misses, the following attacks would no longer track the opponent. This aims to prevent situations where the defending player is unfairly hit despite a successful evasion and to improve counterplay opportunities against heat smash. It doesn't make sense to me anyway why the first hit of a heat smash, if that one whiffs, the rest comes out, like in Law's case. But here we are still. And at least they will tone it down in terms of tracking. If the first hit is missing, the rest will also not track anymore. So at least that is good. We'll see how the details look like then tomorrow in-game. And a little bit of an outlook for the July patch. Balance adjustments policy for version 2.03. Patch notes are scheduled to be released on Tuesday, July 8th. July 8th, we're gonna get the next patch notes and update. Buffs for select characters within range that does not significantly impact overall battle balance. So everyone that says, oh, my character has been nerfed too much, well, there's buffs coming in July. And second, revisions to frame advantage on block for rage arts, in light of increased importance of counterattacks due to raised health values. Not quite sure what they mean by this. Revisions to frame advantage on block for rage arts, will they make it even more than 15 frames? So people like Jun can more effectively launch even? No idea yet, but sounds promising. The first one, the buffs, probably more interesting overall. Let's see how they will look like again July 8th. And that will conclude here the balance direction for version 2.02 and 2.03. I'll see you tomorrow then on my channel, hopefully, if I get it all done in one day. And we can see the actual patch notes of 2.02 in-game. Thanks for watching and catch you tomorrow.